What is Cheluna? It's not actually a word. Jennifer invented Cheluna, a contraction of chela, which is slang in Mexico for ice-cold beer, chela.
And Luna, which means moon. Hi, I'm Jennifer Perez, and I am one of the owners of Cheluna Brewing Company.
I'm Javi, fortunate husband, partner of Jennifer in life and in Cheluna Brewing Company. What brought us to craft brewing?
Javi had been a home brewer for almost 30 years before we opened. We moved to Colorado in 2010 and started visiting craft breweries to support craft beer and small businesses. And we felt that we could build some community for ourselves here in Denver and establish roots. Up until that point, we had moved many times and really loved being in Denver and living in Denver and wanted to establish ourselves and dig in.
Jennifer suggested that we take all of the gear that was filling almost a 3-car garage with home brewing equipment and put it to good use to establish ourselves in Colorado, build community for ourselves. So we opened Cheluna for that purpose, and one of our main functions in the brewery is to try to help other people, either from here, new to the city, new to the state, find community and a sense of belonging. And that was Cheluna. Her idea, great idea.
We strive to build community, and one of the first ways we endeavored to do that was by establishing a run group, which is now a run, walk, or roll group. Now sometimes we get 20 or 30 people showing up, and we provide a community meal. We have trivia on Monday nights. We host a Latin fitness dance class on Mondays and Saturdays. And then we built our mezzanine upstairs to host events. So we've hosted everything from rehearsal dinners to graduations to baby showers and everything in between.
Jennifer's really good at putting together activations of the space here at Cheluna. So whether it's a language club that we have, a sewing club, young artists that come in and do basically arts and crafts for adults, live musicians that we have in here 3 nights a week to support the arts, but also to attract the people who like different genres of live music. And what's lovely is that the people who come to those events invite their friends to come, and that makes us really happy.
Owning and operating a brewery with your spouse is exciting, challenging. It adds a new dynamic to your union.
It's an extension of our marriage. Actually, we've been married 30 years, together a little bit longer than that. And this is a new phase, like having a child or quintuplets. Octuplets.
Depending on the day.
Adding a new and colorful dimension to the dynamic of a relationship.
Well, we do know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and so I feel like knowing someone that intimately helps you figure out how to best solve problems together. We have seasonal beers. So most recently, I've been enjoying our Carmelita Vienna Lager.
I like all of our beers. I love the IPAs. On any given day, I'm really drawn toward our lagers, our Mexican lagers, the Kolsch, our Vienna Lager. We like to feature creatures in ancient Mexico that are known as alebrijes. Alebrijes are mythical, completely concocted, fabricated, fictional creatures to most people. The story for this particular alebrije, this is our Chupaguava. It's a blonde ale that's heavily infused with fresh guava puree. And in Mexico, there's a creature known as the chupacabra. This is our take on the chupacabra. This is the Chupaguava.
And we love how Columbine brings our label to life. It's always very vibrant and eye-catching, which is perfect for our brand.
We started off in the brewery with just crowler cans and some generic labels. And at someone's suggestion, we contracted Columbine to do some shrink wrap labels on our crowler cans. And the cans were available to pick up at Columbine. I wasn't available to help, so Jennifer went by herself, and I remember you had a really positive experience when you got there.
Yeah, the people at Columbine are always super nice about helping me load the crowler boxes into my car or handing off the glass bomber labels to me. So I happily make the trip out to pick up our supplies from Columbine. We get a lot of customer feedback about how beautiful our labels are and how attractive they look. So not only are they taking them home for themselves, but they actually buy them and give them as gifts because they love our labels. And I attribute a lot of that to Columbine and your professionalism in producing our labels for us.
It's hard, I think, to stand apart from other craft brewers in Colorado because we're all striving to make really delicious beers. And as a state, very successful. One key difference is our ownership, women-owned and Latino-owned.
Javi is first-generation Mexican-American. That is incorporated in our name and in our theme and much of what we do here.
The style of beers that we try to make, the flavors that are in the beers, are inspired by a lot of the foods that I grew up eating as a kid in Mexico and in Los Angeles, and that Jennifer grew up eating in Texas and as she's traveled in Mexico with me.
We feel strongly about contributing to our community, and we host a lot of nonprofit fundraisers. We donate use of our mezzanine space to nonprofits all of the time. We donate proceeds back to nonprofits. Most recently, we've done that for the Equal Justice Initiative, to Project Cure here in Denver, and Camp Courage, and PFLAG. So this month, we're actually selling our Pride merchandise and donating proceeds from those sales to PFLAG Denver. Friday, we offered discounted pints to frontline workers of all kinds. We have a Pay It Forward for Frontline Workers program, and we give away those free pints to frontliners. And we offer discounts all the time for first responders and veterans. Owning and operating a small business is challenging. It's a different challenge from working in the ER as a physician or working in a school as a counselor or a teacher. It's a different kind of challenge, and there are very hard days. We like to remember to operate from a place of gratitude, even on those hard days. And it helps when we remember our tagline, which is focusing on the good. Sometimes you feel overwhelmed with issues and troubles, but if we take it back to our tagline, it helps us remember to be grateful for the opportunity we have to create community and to come together and to enjoy delicious craft beer and producing delicious craft beer.
Truth. Word.